Have you ever considered that in your relationship with your animal or another human being, that in reality that there are at least three? And when we're talking about a human being relationship, four characters? Because that's what I want to talk about today. There is you, there is the animal or the other person, and then there is that story that you tell yourself about the animal, or the story that you tell yourself about the other person. And animals are not so much, they are not at all telling themselves stories about who you are. They see you directly, right? They perceive your energy, they perceive your emotions, your vibes, and they don't have that filter of thoughts of it's like, oh, there's my stubborn owner coming again, and then they perceive everything you do as stubborn. They don't do that. But we as humans, we do that actually. So when you have like a team member or you have a child and you start to tell yourself stories about them, like maybe you have experienced them as lazy, right? But now they have that label of being lazy. And especially when your relationship is already, like when you're sharing a long past together or a lot of past together, then there's a lot of story, right? And that doesn't help you actually when you want to lead your team, lead your employee, your child or your animal in a harmonious, trustful, respectful and connected way, because the story is also what's separating you, right? You're not really seeing the animal or the other person for what they are or who they are. You just over and over subconsciously also do things that will make them subconsciously do things that just validate your story. And it's so hard for someone else to change your attitude. The only one who can really change your attitude easily is you. So what I would like to give you as a quick win out of that video is try to think about what would your world look like if you have the assumption there is no bad animal or there is no bad employee. Like, there are so many hidden assumptions that, of course, all of us have about other persons or animals in our working theories, right? And the worse my working theory about that other person or animal is, the worse is my relationship. The harder it is for me to cooperate with them, right? Because the moment I see them, I'm like, oh, there's this employee again. That's happening to me subconsciously. But when I really make it an effort to see them for who they are and not confuse their behavior or their opinions with their nature, right? When I really try to see them for who they are, and I give them a fresh start every moment, right? Every moment is a new moment, and every moment you have the capacity, the opportunity to choose whether you want that moment to be defined by the past, or you want to see it for what it is, and maybe even define it through a vision. Maybe you start seeing potentials in your employees. Maybe you see him as an animal that really likes to cooperate because that's their nature. That's how they have learned to survive. So I just have to build trust and show him that I'm a trustworthy person who's not going to hurt him, to like threaten him or anything like that, right? So maybe really try to get that loving attitude towards other people, towards other animals, and really try to forget about your working theories. Be like, okay, that's the past, right? But if you learn how to be truly yourself, and I made another video about authenticity, then you can also set your boundaries in case they do something that you don't appreciate. Persons, right? And also for him, I can set some boundaries. I can tell him we're going this way, not that way, right? But I'm not dominating him. I'm explaining it to him. Like, not with words, of course, right? And that way you can make so much more out of your relationships. And if you think about leadership, who would like to follow a leader that thinks of them, you're lazy, you always criticize and blah, 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 blah. If an employee is lazy in your eyes, maybe he just didn't get a fulfilling task yet. And maybe there is so many things that he like knows or can do, like to explore. Find him another task or so. Or maybe there's something that he doesn't like about the environment. Find out what it is, right? If there's a person that is very often criticizing, wow, there's a person who has tremendously different point of views. Awesome. That's how you can extend your horizon, right? Don't confuse opinion with the being, right? Keep a loving attitude. Don't let yourself like deal with these like working theories too long. That will lower your vibes towards someone else, and in the end you will experience much more connection. So I hope that you could get something out of that video. If you have any questions or anything that you would like to kind of talk about, let me know through the comments. I'm here to give you value, and I can only maximize it when you give me some feedback. Thank you so much. Bye bye.